Hey everybody, welcome to round 4 Modern FNM here at GameSwap Mason. And we've got a fake legacy deck versus a fake modern deck.
Wow. Blue-white Stoneblade.
Yeah.
Okay, don't know what
so
that
I
means.
I'm pretty sure he's playing Trophy Mage. That's my
your Stoneforge mystic?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my guess, but
What is Arumazawa's G?
I don't actually know.
Is it Darksteel Axe? I guess you can't
No,
search it. It needs to be a 3 mana.
I don't think he's got a
Geist
Jitte.
with swords and stuff.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm pretty sure he's getting those swords with Trophy Mage. That's how
That
I would
sounds
play
cool.
it. But
Yeah,
then
I
over here
mean-
we have Ponza. I actually got into a squabble with someone. Not a squabble, but
A quarrel?
on a lover's smat. No, so on Cincy MTG, the Facebook page, some guy said he was like looking for like a Chandra and a Thrun the Last Troll and like Kitchen Finks or something, and I was like, oh, he's playing Ponza. So I replied and said, Ponza's bad and you should feel bad.
You play Ponza, correct?
Yes, I probably should have put an emoji in, but yes, I play Ponza. I own the deck and I like the deck. But he responds, he's like, "Well, thanks for your unwanted opinion." And I'm like, "Oh, geez, I guess I came off aggressive, like I was, hating on your deck choice." But and then I replied to him. Well, he told me that I should have put an emoji to make it more clear.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then I said,
Huge miscommunication there.
Yeah. And then I said, "Do you know what Poe's law is?"
No.
It's an internet law. Oh wow, double sixes from Luke here.
After the double threes out of Phil.
Wow, that's
Doubled his, well, more than he doubled each die individually.
Yeah, that's
Quadrupled
very
overall. That's wild.
No, that's not true. It's 12 versus 6.
Yeah.
You're not good at math, are you?
Shut up.
But anyway, Poe's law is the notion that because there are people on the internet who could say something as bizarre as anything or as outlandish, and you won't know they're being sarcastic without an emoji, because it's impossible to say something that can't be misinterpreted on the internet, because there's always someone who could have actually meant the ridiculous thing that you were saying sarcastically.
I think I've heard that.
Yeah, so.
Is it?
That's an opt.
Yeah, and really definitely those full art trophy mages there. Looks like
oh, there is a trophy mage.
Yeah.
Called it.
there is an equipment too.
That's a sort of Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
Fire and Ice doesn't seem great in Modern. Like Pro Blue, Pro Red's not like the ability is strong, but the protection on the colors is not strong.
Right.
I think in Modern, what you really want these days, I mean, Light and Shadow is very good.
Yeah.
Stops push, stops path. The ability on Light and Shadow is also very powerful. Feast and Famine's decent. The problem with the swords is Kolaghan's Command.
Right, yeah.
Kolaghan's Command and
the
Abrupt
swords
Decay.
themselves don't have protection.
Yeah. So we'll see how this goes, though.
So good start here from Luke. Got his birds on turn 1. We'll see if
definitely.
Phil has a bolt. Maybe. No, just tap
Irrigated farmland. That doesn't seem like the kind of card you would want to play it, right? I would think you want to.
Well, it doesn't seem like the kind of card that's very good against Blood Moon.
No.
Which is probably what's in his very near future here.
I wonder if that irrigated farmland is just a one-of.
No, actually, Luke is opting to instead. Okay, never mind. We're still Blood Mooning.
Oh, there we go.
Just getting our extra mana in there first.
So yeah, he can't. So interestingly, for those of you who don't know the interaction, you can't Utopia Sprawl the Stomping Ground and then Blood Moon, because it'll fall off, because Stomping Ground will no longer be a forest, and Utopia Sprawl says Enchant Forest.
So Phil has a basic plains there. I think he also has a Ghost Quarter and a Hallowed Fountain.
So he could do some stuff. He can't cast the
Well,
Opt.
sure, but it seems almost risky to cast this basic plains, because you're just going to get it destroyed, right? Like.
Well, you don't cast basic plains, but I see your point.
Put the basic plains into play.
Yeah, the thing is, what else are you going to do?
Play your other lands? Because you don't have a white spell?
Because you don't have a mono white spell yet? Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Now we get... We're getting the farmland Beast Within?
That doesn't make any sense.
Huh.
Maybe he's doing that...
He doesn't want him to have red mana? It's the reverse Blood Moon effect.
Yeah,
you turn your opponent's
maybe
lands into mountains, and then you blow up their mountains.
No, what you do is you Blood Moon, and then you play Chain of the Rocks on your opponent's mountains.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, now Phil has a threat.
I think Luke was just instinctively thinking like, well, this one makes 2 colors, and that one makes 1 color, so... But that's not true.
No, not quite. I guess we're in there for 3. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. getting aggressive.
Hopefully Luke has a bolt or something to deal with this beast token. I mean, I would hate for him to just lose to it.
Well, sometimes that happens with Ponza. He has a second Blood Moon in hand. Like you can actually just die to, like, your top decks are pretty bad in Ponza.
Well, I don't know. He has a Blood Moon and one other card, maybe. Yeah.
Looks like a Storm Breath Dragon.
Okay, well that's.
Which no, he would. Why wouldn't he have cast that last turn though?
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Goblin Dark Dwellers. I think he's gonna Goblin Dark Dwellers this Beast Within,
yeah,
and take out the planes.
Or maybe he takes out the Beast.
I don't.
Oh, wait,
it's well, you could do that, but the thing is, a Dark Dwellers is a pretty favorable card against 2/3/3 beasts.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's actually pretty interesting in Ponza.
Dark Dwellers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually, the first time I built Ponza, I played 2 Dark Dwellers, and I played all 4 Stone Rains, all 4 Beast Withins. The problem is, even with 4 Stone Rains and 4 Beast Withins, it's not always triggering. Sometimes you'll have this dead Dark Dwellers in hand. What you really need to do if you're doing that is like play 3 or 4 Lightning Bolts too.
Sure.
But that's not exactly what the deck wants to be doing anyway. So, like, it's definitely fine in the deck, but you're not always guaranteed to hit. The problem is it doesn't hit Moonwally Acid Moss.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems kind
of bad. Which is, yeah.
So it looks like Luke tried to crack his fetch land there, but realized there was a Blood Moon in play and was unable to. So yeah, here's the second Beast Within taking out the plains. So now Phil is back to Mountain with a lot of blue cards in hand.
Yeah, I think Phil's gonna. If I were Phil, I would have just scooped him up.
Wow, I think he just drew a path. Oof, that feels bad. Is unfortunate.
If I were Phil, I would have probably scooped up earlier to not let my opponent know it. Not that Phil's really disclosed any information, but
I mean, another basic is fine for him. And in fact, yeah, he still has that sort of Fire and Ice, right? Which actually seems really good here. It gets his beasts through the. Wow, and he just drew basic island.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, actually, we might have a game. Forget what I said. This could get real.
So now the choice, I think you just get the sword.
Play the sword out, equip it for 2, make your beast a 5/5, pro blue, pro red.
Okay. Seems a little risky to pass the turn. I mean, he's going to opt here, but you don't know if your island's going to survive for another turn. So
the thing about about the swords is they do die to things like Beast Within.
Right.
But again, Luke just used his 1 Beast Within. The deck probably only has 2 or 3, so.
Ooh, that is not good.
Well, that's going to close the game quick.
Yeah, so we're going to opt in response. Well, we can't find a counter spell, unfortunately.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, though, Mario. I would have liked to run out the sword there.
Because the sword actually has a racing potential.
It can't race the Storm Breath, but the shock and draw card can be nice
here.
You
can make your guy a 5/5 pro red. Definitely races Storm Breath.
Yeah, but Storm Breath's monstrous activation here.
Sure. That definitely.
Phil has 7 cards.
Right. Yeah. And that
I don't think he can race the Storm Breath effectively.
Yeah, that's coming next turn. Because he's got the Arborelf plus Utopia Sprawl combo. Yeah, that's gonna do a whole. That's actually. I mean, obviously that's super good with Blood Moon. If your opponent can't cast any spells in your hand, and then
the card's already good, but yeah, it's
in fact
salt in the wounds.
That might just be lethal next turn. Turn Storm Breath into a 7/7.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Well, close.
Well, if he swings with anything else, it will be, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
because the Dark Dwellers does have Menace.
Yeah, it has Menace, and then he can get in with the Arbor Elf too. Yeah, if Phil would have played the sword that turn, and then equipped the following turn, he could have shocked the Arbor Elf, drawn a card, and hoped to, that would leave some live outs like Plains Path.
Yeah,
but
he does actually have a path, but now it doesn't matter since.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna cycle this land at end step, sure.
So he's got more than 1 irrigated farmland. I'm not sure how I feel about that in this deck, but I think one of isn't maybe fine, but I don't think the cycle lands are very good in Modern unless you're playing like Life from the Loam or something, or Crucible of Worlds.
Yeah.
Maybe he is playing Crucible, though. Actually, that could be it. He's got Trophy Mage, right?
Yeah.
If you're playing Trophy Mage, you can actually go search for Crucible. That could be it. I wonder if he's got Crucible, and that's why he's playing irrigated farmland. It looks like Phil is using an illegal competitive device to. He's pulling
legally using.
Oh, is
competitive
that not an English Fire and Ice?
Probably not.
Must not be. Or it's got errata on it, but I don't think it does.
No, I don't think so.
I can't imagine what would be errata on there.
Yeah, not sure.
Well, soon it will have errata because it'll say 2 damage to target creature, player, or planeswalker.
Yeah, I guess. All right.
So hopefully Luke sees the line of activating Monstrous.
Yeah. Does a ton of damage. Stoneblade turns into a 7/7.
Now, isn't the Monstrous 7 to activate? So he
Yeah.
actually can't swing with oh,
the
no, he's got
Arbor
Utopia Sprawl. Never mind.
and Arbor Elf.
Well, I was going to say, but
Oh.
I was going to say you can't swing with the Arbor Elf, but he can because he has Utopia Sprawl.
Yeah.
Because he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no. No. Yeah, he can't. Yeah, he can't swing with the Arbor Elf and still activate Monstrous. Because he's only got 6 mana without the Elf.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't need to do anything too brash anyways. Stormbreath is going to win the game no matter what. Like, there's no way Phil can remove this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I think that the Planeswalker thing was confirmed. I think there was like discussion about it, and then they decided that eventually they were going to change it. I'm not certain on that, but
it is. It is. What do you mean? It's going to happen.
they more or less confirmed it with. Oh yeah, because of the.
Yeah, it
MTG
was like
Arena
it was
rules.
like spoiled on accident through MTG Arena.
Yeah.
But yeah, they said it's going to happen like I think next year with the release of the core set.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
It's going to be weird. People are speculating about what cards like for example, what's Blightning going to look like? Is it going to change? Is
yeah.
Blightning going to be able to target Planeswalkers? And how would that be worded? It would probably say if it is going to be changed to cards like Blightning, not just cards like Lightning Bolt. The language becomes super awkward because then Blightning would say like
yeah, they almost get to rebalance a ton of cards.
right,
Like,
right. So like think about Blightning. It would say like deal 3 damage to target creature or deal 3 damage to target opponent or Planeswalker, and then that player or that Planeswalker's controller discards 2 cards. That's super weird.
That is kind of weird, yeah.
But I don't think they'll change. I don't think they'll change Blightning cards. I think they'll just change
Direct like damage.
Yeah, they'll change Lightning Bolt. They'll change Searing Blaze. They'll change Sword of Fire and Ice.
Sure.
But there's no way that they're gonna make like Blasphemous Act into Hour of Devastation.
And there's cards that almost lose so. Recently, since I've been playing Standard, Fevered Visions, the damage for that can redirect to a Planeswalker. But there's no, how do they errata Fevered Visions? If that player has 4 more cards in hand, you can do 2 damage to them or a Planeswalker they control, I guess?
Yeah.
That's like super weird.
That's another strange one. So I think they're just going to change Lightning, targeted creature or player.
Right. But that changes the effectiveness. Like, Fevered Visions was actually super effective in
sure.
Standard.
Well, actually, here's a good question. What about Lava Spike? Is Lava Spike going to go?
Yeah.
Is it going to go to player or Planeswalker?
It's really weird.
I think the best thing they could do would be to explicitly just hit Lightning Bolt effects and make them go to, if a card would say creature or player on a burn spell, instead it's creature or player or Planeswalker. But if it's just a creature, or if it's just because think about like a Sunlance, right? Sunlance deals 3 damage to target non-white creature.
Yeah.
Was it going to also say non-white Planeswalker?
No, it wouldn't. It only targets creatures.
Instead of right, so if it doesn't go to players,
then it's not affected at all. It doesn't matter.
Well, theoretically, but you don't know that.
I guess.
Because the idea is that, right, a Planeswalker exists like a person, like a creature might, in addition to a player who is also a Planeswalker.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be really strange. But hopefully they do the prudent thing.
I mean, they could just do the errata doesn't really matter because if everybody treats those cards as redirecting to a Planeswalker. Anyway,
yes, the way
right.
people already treat Lightning Bolt like you can target Planeswalkers with it. So I think they'll just do that and they won't touch cards like you said, Fevered Visions, Blightning, Sunlance.
Right. It only matters when directing damage. So like for I guess it kind of like Leyline, it matters a lot then because you can now target Planeswalkers with stuff theoretically.
Yes, so that's the big.
Leyline.
That's one of the biggest
Yeah.
deals that actually affects the game is like Sun and Moon playing Leylines to protect their Ajani Vengeance
Yeah.
and Nahiris becomes way worse.
Right.
Anyway, so this match, my guess is that Luke might not know about the artifact plan that Phil is on. That might actually be why Phil didn't play out the Sword of Fire and Ice.
Well, he did. Remember, we brought up the Oracle text, so.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Just kidding. I forgot that game dragged on longer than it should have. It's because no one conceded.
Sure.
But Luke probably has a wealth of artifact. He probably has 2 Ancient Grudge. That's what a lot of these Ponza lists do. And I imagine he's gleaned that Ancient Grudge is going to be good here.
He probably assumes Phil's on like some sort of a
Blue-white
Geist deck.
mid-range Geist deck, yeah.
I think Phil had a Masterpiece Invocation Cryptic command in his hand.
Huh.
Not sure how you're casting that through Blood Moon.
Yeah, I don't love that cryptic command. My favorite cryptic command is the full art.
Yeah, that's another one. Did you see the new one from Iconic Masters?
Yeah, I don't love that one either. I think it's okay. Like, I know you like it because it has the ultra-modern frontier border.
Yeah, but I like the art on that one better than the old one anyway.
Oh yeah, me too. I definitely like that one compared to the lower one. But the full art looks.
Yeah, the full art one is nice.
The full art's also conceptually cool because it's cryptic, right? It's got no words on it, and it's an especially confusing card to not have words on it.
So we just fetched for irrigated farmland.
That seems ill-advised.
Well, he might have a basic island
in hand. Yeah.
Don't we want a plains as well?
Well, the thing about I don't understand fetching for your cycle lands when you could get a hallowed fountain tapped.
Right, and then if you draw your cycle.
Because if you draw your
right,
you'd rather draw. I mean, most of the time you'd rather draw the irrigated farmland later so you can cycle it.
Maybe he has like a remand or something here, because I mean we're definitely on schedule for another turn 2 Blood Moon here. Pretty sure Luke has one in hand.
A remand would be good. Oh, he's got Logic Knot, so
okay.
He can counter a Blood Moon.
That would be even better. Unless, of course, Luke has Utopia Sprawl.
Well, the best thing you could do would be to go remand and then Logic Knot.
Sure.
Is that a Blood Moon on the right?
I believe so.
Or is that just a Lightning Bolt? Oh, it's a Magus.
Magus.
I was going to say it was a Magus, but that didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, why would he be playing a Magus? I don't think there's any real reason to play a Magus in Ponza.
Moon effect, I guess.
Yeah, when Eldritch Evolution came out, there were a bunch of decks that people were calling 12 Moon, because you would play 4 Blood Moons, 4 Magus, and 4 Eldritch Evolution, and you would sack your Birds of Paradise or your Arbor Elf and go get a Magus.
Right, so we were able to Logic Knot the Magus.
Seems good.
And we did get a basic island there, so that's good. Is that a Blessed Alliance? I think that is Blessed Alliance. So that's probably to take out the
takes out Stormbreath really nicely.
So Phil did have both basics here. I guess that's why he fetched the dual-colored source.
Yeah, that seems good. I still would have preferred getting the Hallowed Fountain.
Yeah.
Big plays from the Ponza deck.
I'm assuming Luke has another line. He's going to pass the turn. Wow.
Not gonna, so he either just forgot to swing or he wants to hold up 2 mana for something. I can't think of what
Ancient
2
Grudge,
mana. Maybe? Yeah, I suppose that's something you could do.
So Phil is able to cast Cryptic now.
Yeah, holding up Cryptic against Ponza seems pretty good. Ponza has basically nothing but sorcery speed plays, with the exception of Beast Within.
So 4 mana. This is probably a Garrick. No, it's an Acid Moss.
Oh yeah, Cryptic that. Oh yeah, get out of here.
No, that is
Condescend.
Condescend.
Okay, all right, Scry 2.
Not yet.
Scry 2.
Using the.
So maybe he's gonna try to. Does he have another card he can use, like an Opt he can use here?
Not sure.
The thing is, to me, you want to use all your mana. That way, you get the Cryptic out of your. Yeah, because there could be another turn where you want to cast 2 spells.
I guess with Condescend, it's also kind of relevant that you do it when your opponent doesn't have additional mana.
Sure, but you're also yeah. I suppose that's fair. I was gonna say that Phil's way ahead on mana, but I guess he's not really with these 2 elves.
Counter your Blood Moon, bounce your forest with Utopia Sprawl.
Oh yeah. Oh, do it. Oh, please do it, Phil.
I'm sure he's probably just gonna draw a card like every other Cryptic command, but
Cryptic command draw card's like the least creative thing.
It's probably the best, but you're right. It's not.
Most of the time, it's very good. Though people really don't. I mean, sometimes bouncing a land is as good as it gets, especially when there's a Utopia Sprawl on it. But even in general, I mean, bouncing a land can really set people back, especially if you like bounce a Celestial Colonnade, like a man land.
Yeah.
Comes in tap next turn.
So we are making 6 mana here. What are we? Inferno Titan? Stormbreath, okay.
Yeah, let's counter that.
So no, I think you let that resolve. You Blessed Alliance it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I suppose that's the best way to use your Blessed Alliance.
Oh. Man. But he did bounce the forest at least.
Okay, well there we go.
But yeah, I definitely think. Didn't we specifically bring the Blessed Alliance in for this?
Yeah. You know, if he has another Storm Breath, you can still hold on to your Blessed. I think that's
Or is that-
fine.
Definitely. I thought that might have been a wall of omens. It's definitely a blessed.
No, it is. You're right. I think that would have been a better play. But it's also true that
he did get to bounce the Utopia Sprawl.
right. And it's also true that bouncing the Utopia Sprawl Forest, that play gets worse and worse as the game goes on. But right now, that play is really crucial to do. So.
Yeah, you know what's really unfortunate though is that Phil has drawn triple basic planes, but not triple basic island. So if a Blood Moon does come down, he won't be able to cast any.
Yeah, I don't think Phil's too worried about that.
I don't know. Casting Cryptic is good.
He has a Geist in play. I'm not sure he cares much about a Blood Moon coming down. Though he could lose to Bonfire. But
yeah,
it's interesting for Luke, though. Like, would you even want to leave in Bonfire here?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't see guys. He didn't really see. He only saw
No, he saw.
You got to assume it, though, right, with the sword, but...
Yeah. So we're making 5 mana here. Dark Dwellers.
No targets.
No targets. See, this is what I... Remember I said earlier when the very first time I sleeved up Ponza, I brought 2 Dark Dwellers with me, and I think I probably played the card 5 times. Like, I resolved 5 Dark Dwellers,
like
and I might have only used 1 spell with it.
Yeah. Well, it does block Geist here, which is kind of good, but...
Yeah.
Unless Geist gets equipped up with the sword.
Yeah, Sword of Fire and Ice would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, all right, we're going to opt. Yeah, Sword of Fire and Ice would be huge here.
Yeah,
Or
Sword of
maybe
Fire and Ice
shock
actually...
your
It's a
overall.
2-turn clock here.
Oh, instead he's just passing the turn.
Okay.
So he's not able to cast Cryptic. I don't know what
No,
he's trying to find with that opt. Like, I'm not... I mean, I guess it's a sword or a trophy mage. It's probably his best plan here to develop his game plan. He still has to worry about, like, Inferno Titan, though. Just killing him.
Yeah, using the 3 damage, yeah.
Yeah, Admiral Nobird, we still have...
So I got a Stone Rain here.
Very likely a 5th round after this. Stone Rain targeting irrigated farmland.
Too bad you can't cycle irrigated farmland while it's in play.
Yeah.
Man, what if we saw the Teferi's response?
Is that card legal in Modern?
No.
Okay.
If that card were legal in Modern, I would 100% be playing a blue deck just to play that
The
card.
question, so why... Can Stone Rain target non-basics?
Yeah, Stone Rain can target
Alright, so
anything.
Don't we take out the island here so that our Blood Moons are better? I don't know.
Well, if you don't have a Blood Moon, then you want to take out the best land. But
Yeah, but you have 8 Moon. You're playing 8 Moon.
I don't think he's playing 8 Moon.
I think he's playing 8 Moon.
I think he's playing 5 Moon.
5 Moon.
Which I don't even recommend. And if I were, if I were going to play Ponza today, I would be playing 3 Moon.
Admiral Nobird, I don't think anybody was on Lantern tonight, so I don't think we'll be able to find that for the last round, unfortunately. Or perhaps fortunately for all the other
Yeah.
viewers.
I do enjoy watching Lantern. It's not fun to play against, except unless you're playing certain decks, but
Man,
it is
so
it is fun to watch, I think.
That was pretty good. We hit the Dark Dwellers with the Blessed Alliance, but now we still can't attack through these Arbor Elves, really. Like, and in fact,
Oh, play a Jace. Now you can. Oh no, that only
No,
that's an attack trigger.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's an
attacking
attack
creatures.
trigger, sure.
so I guess we just Factor Fiction.
So here's the thing. If
Yeah.
you're Luke here, why not just swing with the Geist? If he blocks with both elves, he has nothing.
All right, there we go. Geist versus.
All right, Sword seems good. Is that War and Peace? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
War and Peace is not quite as good as Light and Shadow, I think, but still good. The thing is,
Pro
the
red being most relevant here, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other. I guess Feast and Famine is the pro green one, or the blue and green one, but nobody plays that, obviously.
yeah, my guess is that War and Peace is out of the sideboard. But anyway, War and Peace's ability is not very good. You gain life equal to the cards in your hand, and you deal damage equal to the cards in their hand. But that damage actually can't be directed at a creature.
So now we are attacking, and Luke is just going to take it. Yeah, Luke doesn't want to waste all of his mana dorks.
Yeah,
Just to
if you chump block there, like you're so far behind.
I mean, you did just see that he got a sword, though, and if he doesn't have a creature to put it on, that's kind of worthless.
Sure. Then again, he also has an active Jace.
Sure.
In fact, if I'm Phil,
I guess we just killed
yeah,
Jace now.
If I'm Luke, I just swing at Jace here. Yeah. I assume that Phil has an answer for that, but
No, Phil's hand is like logic, not sword.
Then again, if he kills Jace, you know,
He might just be dead.
Yeah, Geist is gonna give him a beating.
No, he's not quite dead, but he's almost dead.
Yeah, he'd go to 3.
He does have a blood moon.
I'm sorry, 5.
That's not doing anything at this point. Phil can finally find the 3rd island with his flooded strain there.
Where are Phil's lands? Are they like stacked?
They are. Yeah, he taps them all and compiles them.
Yeah, that's. I understand the purpose of doing that. It's a little unwieldy for streaming.
So we're not. Oh well. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
So did Phil mistakenly? Oh no, he had to cast Jace, and he only had double blue. Right. So he was not able to leave up logic not there as well. So Stormbreath could, well, I guess what it can do is block in the future turns. It just eats the angel or kills Geist.
Yeah, well, Luke's tapping this.
It's for a blood moon, but that literally does nothing here.
Yeah. So now that means that Phil can't, or Luke can't even chump block the Geist on the swing back here.
No. Sure, we got blood moon. Let's fetch in response.
So actually, interestingly, Luke's fetch there was really bad because since he can't block the swing back now, that puts him to 4, which means that the following turn, when Phil swings with Geist, the angel by itself will kill him because he's not at 5, he's at 4.
What is the effect?
Meaning that Luke has to leave the Stormbreath back with Pro White to block.
What is the effect on War and Peace?
Yeah, I just mentioned it. It's you gain life equal to the cards in your hand, and you deal damage to the cards in your opponent's hand, but you can only deal damage to the player, not redirected. So it's like it's really like one of the worst effects, but the colors are good.
Yeah. So here is War and Peace.
So someone might have to check me on on the actual effect and wording of War and Peace, but I'm pretty sure that's what it does.
So that makes Geist a 5/5, which puts him to 1. And then he has to leave back both.
Just a 4/4, but he.
That's only +1/+1.
Yeah, and Luke has no cards in hand, so it won't deal any damage. But now, I mean, Luke can't win.
Well, yeah, not really.
Not even another Stormbreath would do it.
He Oh yeah, you're right. Utopia Sprawl should actually have fallen off that stomping ground there. Good catch, Punisher.
Oh, yeah, good. Thank you.
You can inform Luke of that.
Yeah, Blood Moon makes it fall off because I think we mentioned this earlier. The interaction there is that
it becomes a mountain, so it's no longer
Utopia Sprawl doesn't chant forest. So.
Right. So Geist is a 3/3 now. So that's actually pretty relevant because if it wasn't, he could just leave all his stuff back and then.
What do you mean it's a 4/4?
That's what I said. You said it got +1/+1.
No, it gets +2/+2.
That's what I thought. Okay, so he goes to 2.
Yeah, you said he goes to 1.
Oh,
you said it was a 5/5 and goes to 1.
Okay, no, yeah, I knew it gave it +2/+2. Okay.
Yeah.
So right, so now the Arbor Elves can't effectively actually block.
No. I mean the game's just over. Like Luke, nothing
well, he has
could
2
win.
chump blocks. Okay.
Yeah.
That definitely was an early concession, but whatever. Right, because the Stormbreath blocks the Angel just forever.
Yeah, but Phil's also gaining life off of.
But I mean, if you find a way to get rid of Geist, like you're still in that game.
Sure, I agree. It was probably an early concession, but
because you could chump the Geist with Arbor Elf for a few turns. If you found another Stormbreath, you just. Oh, I guess Stormbreath can't block Geist, right?
Yeah, it's pro.
So do you not have any?
No, well, it
blockers?
It can block the Angel still.
No, I know, but like to take out the Geist, do you not have any reasonable blockers? Because your Dark Dwellers can't block it.
Yeah, your
Inferno Titan can't block it. Your Stormbreath Dragon can't block it. Even the Magus of the Moon can't block it.
You'd have to have like a Gaia's Revenge or something.
Yeah, or
a Vorapede, a Thragtusk. No, Anger won't.
Oh, it's the damage.
Anger won't kill Geist.
Yeah.
But it's also a 4/4.
Right. Okay, yeah. It's really a lot of effects there on that sword.
The swords used to
I gotta say, like, the amount of equipment you actually see equipped in Modern is so low.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's Basilisk Collar.
That's basically it.
Batter Skull, but that's not actually equipped, right?
No, people just,
Yeah, and
people just use Batter Skull as, like, a creature that can blink itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's played so little. Well, they used to be played a lot more. Like there was a time
I
when
guess cranial plating, obviously, that's a
sure,
that's
yeah.
another one.
There was a time when basically every wilted Abzan deck, back when Little Kid was a top deck, everyone would play like a Fire and Ice or a Light and Shadow or a War and Peace in their sideboard. But then like Abrupticate got printed,
Sure.
and Kolaghan's Command got printed.
Oh yeah, Kolaghan's Command.
And it just became so hard to play these cards, profitably. They're so powerful though, like they're incredibly powerful. And Trophy Mages are sweet. I actually saw like a Bant Company deck that was just like playing 1 or 2 Trophy Mages and a package of swords. And I'm like, that's sweet. Like, you company into like a Knight and a Trophy Mage.
Or you company into your 2 swords and then you cry, but
yeah,
it's whatever.
I think probably the optimal number of swords to play in the main board is 2. I think if you're playing any more than that, that's bad.
Yeah.
But you can cover all your bases on the colors and the effects with just 2 swords. And my guess would be the main board ones you want are Light and Shadow and then Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
But I can see an argument not to play Fire and Ice in the main board.
So I'm guessing Luke is probably going to be in Angers or similar.
Sure.
Kind of need that to deal with Geist.
Yeah. Bonfires deals with it pretty well too, especially when you can make so much mana that you can hardcast a bonfire even in your opening hand for
2
mana on turn 3.
That does not get through the sword though, right?
No.
So does he literally? I mean, he literally just can't remove a Geist once it has a pro red sword. I guess you can get 4 Arbor Elves in front of it.
I'm pretty sure he's got a bunch of Faction Grudges.
Oh well, he can get rid of the sword itself, sure,
yeah,
but not the Geist.
And Beast Within helps, but yeah, I think Geist with the sword equipped and no answer for the sword is like GG.
Yeah. Looks like Phil's got a Spell Pierce there. That actually might be really good here.
Yeah, is that a new art, Spell Pierce?
Yeah, the Ixalan art.
I like that art.
I like a Merfolk blasting something.
I like the Worldwake one better, but I do like this one. Actually, it's from Zendikar, not Worldwake, right? OG Spell Pierce. Can't remember.
Yeah, it's from Zendikar.
I can visualize it.
It's from Zendikar.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Looks like Luke is taking a mulligan at 6.
Ponza does not mulligan well,
no.
in case anyone was wondering. And the reason it does not mulligan well is because you have to have a mana dork, you have to have a threat,
and
you have to have
disruption.
You have to have some, a Stone Rain or something. And the real problem is that your mana base is actually super awkward. A lot of people don't realize that Ponza's mana is actually like really bad. And the reason its mana is so bad for a 2-color deck is because of the interaction between Blood Moon and Utopia Sprawl.
Like if your hand is Stomping Ground, Utopia Sprawl, Blood Moon.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly the kind of thing that makes it bad. On top of the actual mana base is built poorly because you have to play like 7 or 8 or even 9 basic. People play 9 basic forests.
Yeah.
And then so you try to play something like your Chandra Torch of Defiance with your 9 basic forests.
That's true.
And it just goes terribly. Like the mana is really bad. Some people even get greedy and play like a Kessig Wolf run, and it just gets worse.
So it seems like Luke did not find.
Is he going to 5?
Any hands there yet? Any lands? Yeah, he's going to 5.
Oh, that's too bad.
Seems real bad for Ponza.
Yeah, Phil kept 7, right?
Yeah, he did. And he's got that Spell Pierce, so even if Luke can get out of early Blood Moon, it's probably not resolving.
Yeah. I suppose it's possible that, if Luke does have, 2 lands, Arbor Elf, Blood Moon,
Storm Breath,
Thrun the Last Trollers, and then Phil does manage to tap out like for Serum Visions on his turn 1 and doesn't Spell Pierce, we could see Luke win the game, but this could be tough. It's also possible that Phil kept a terrible hand because he was scared of Game 3 and he didn't want to risk it. But you never know.
So hopefully Luke can play this 5. Now he's got 2 lands, so it might.
Is that all lands in a Utopia Sprawl?
Maybe.
Well, you might draw straight gas.
Yeah, who knows? Are we keeping it on top?
Can I just say that
we're keeping it on top?
I don't really understand when people say like drawing gas. To me, in the context of Magic, lands are gas, right? That's what fuels your play.
Oh, sure.
I guess what they mean is that if powerful cards fuel your win,
Yeah.
But in the sense of
Man,
a resource being utilized.
this is gonna feel real bad.
Oh,
Got
jeez.
it.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
Luke is so sad. He's like, oh my god, I'm gonna win this Mold of 5.
He's like, my opponent doesn't even have the island. He's got the Minamo instead. he probably would have won the game there had he.
That is
that.
great.
Another
Great
blow
spell
off the
pierce.
top? Ooh.
Great spell pierce from
Not
Phil,
quite.
and very good discipline from Phil, knowing that I'm not gonna cast any spell because I need to respect the turn 2 Blood Moon. Is that a Guru Island?
No, I think it's just a foil one. So
I don't have my glasses on, but
if Luke resolves a Storm Breath next turn, he might be able to steal this game. Just by getting in there with Storm Breath.
If we catch him without like a Blessed Alliance or something.
Yeah, if Phil like taps out for whatever.
Yeah, you can put the heat. I mean, you've got the ramp and you're
Yeah.
on the play, so we could see that.
But barring that, Luke's is gonna have a real hard time getting back in this game. So like if Phil just like plays a Geist here, I don't know if Stormbreath can really race it, but no.
So Stormbreath can raise Geist if Luke hits his land drops.
We got the draw step click.
So
yeah,
take the bird.
No, he's
yeah. I'm actually not even sure. I feel like if you're Phil there, you just target yourself to get rid of something.
Click is a good clock.
Say what?
Click is a good clock.
Yeah, but I'm saying you target yourself with a trigger just to try to find something else, because Phil's got a lot of cards in hand, and he knew that Luke had no cards in hand because he mulled to 5.
Sure.
Like, it's not likely that Luke has anything, but I suppose he also wouldn't have guessed that Luke's opener was 4 lands.
Utopia Star Blood Moon, yeah. Yeah, here's Geist. So an Anger, if Luke brought those in, would be really good here.
Sure, or Bonfire even. I mean, Click's got 1 toughness, and Geist has 2.
And with the untapped Hollow.
What if that's a spell pierce?
No, it could be. I think it's just an opt, but now Luke is fearing the pierce.
Yeah. I'd love to see a Miracle Bonfire here.
Nope, it was a Storm Breath.
Storm Breath, though. That's pretty good.
Yeah, not spell pierce in that.
So Storm Breath. So Phil has a sword in hand, but Luke doesn't know that. But Storm Breath can ostensibly deal with Geist for a bit.
Yeah, and he has enough mana to Monstrous next turn.
Yeah, with the bird, sure.
Yeah, I think this is it. I think you gotta just race and hope that Phil can't deal with this. I think Phil actually might have a Blessed Alliance. Of course, all the answers.
Phil's got it all.
When you're squeaking out the competitive game on a Mold of 5, your opponent has all the answers. We're gonna. Oh, he's just planning on blocking with.
Oh, put it on the click. Okay.
No, we're in there. Okay, well, this is a huge clock. I actually don't even know if.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the shock. You could shock the bird if you wanted. It doesn't change the clock by shocking the bird.
Yeah, but it does potentially prevent a Monstrous from Storm Breath.
Yeah.
And Luke falls all the way to 6 from that. Holy cow! Yeah, that was a huge swing. Don't think, unless Luke drew an Anger, that'll do it. Nope, it's another Utopia Swap.
Well, Anger wouldn't do it either. I mean, the click has pro red.
Oh right. Yeah.
All right, folks. Well,
tough Mold of 5 there. I mean, honestly though, barring that spell pierce, Luke probably would win that game. Almost certainly, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean,
I
there's
think so
no.
too.
Phil has a Torrential Gearhulk in his deck. I like that.
I like that too. I'm not sure what you're getting it back. Like, it doesn't seem like you have a ton of spells.
He's got some mana leaks.
Right. Like, obviously he has like a lot of spells, but not like a lot of spells.
It's not blue-white control.
No. Like, you've got all these slots wasted with trophy mages and swords.
Yeah.
That I feel like sometimes your Gearhulk would whiff in the same way that Luke's Goblin Dark Dwellers whiff.
Yeah, that's possible.
But
all right, well, not too much time left on this round, so that'll do it for round 4. We hopefully will be back for round 5 in about 10 minutes if the players stay to play. Sometimes everybody just decides to split and goes home, but hopefully we'll be able to find a match for you. So we're back in about 15 minutes. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks.